Ever since Buff163 decided to cut off the Western community from access to their website, Western Counter-Strike community members, whether you're a trader, an investor, a collector, or just somebody who likes to buy and sell skins, play skins, whatever, they've been really looking for a marketplace to step up in the West and really take control and really give us all the things that we have been missing without access to Buff163. Now, we are still far from having anything near Buff163 in the West or having access to anything quite like that. But I am Germ, a cash trader, collector, CS2 investor. And in this video today, I'm going to be talking about how CS Float actually took a big step up and a big step in the right direction, and hopefully is getting us closer and closer to something very, very great and something that the Western Counter-Strike scene desperately needs. But first, just want to mention my cash trading business. If you are looking to sell any of your CS2 items and turn them into cold hard cash or crypto or any other payment method, definitely hit me up over on Twitter. It's going to be the first link in the description below. We're buying pretty much anything and everything for the right price. All kinds of different stuff here. We got this AK-47 Vulcan, some stickers, some patches, some agents, some knives, guns, cases, whatever. And of course, by selling them, you're helping support me, my channel, my content as well, which I would appreciate a ton. With that being said, let's get right into this today. So, like I said, CS Float has been, in my opinion, one of the best Western marketplaces over the past year or so. It's really kind of burst on the scene and started taking over. I do think the UI is very, very, very clean. It's simple. It's easy to use. It looks good. That's honestly my biggest problem with so many of these other marketplaces, stuff like GamerPay or SkinBit or whatever. Is they just don't look that good. They're not that functional. They're clunky. They're ugly. They have some weird features, whatever. But Float does so many things right. But Float still has its own fair share of issues, and ultimately, at the end of the day, CS Float or any of these Western sites, they just don't have the liquidity. They just don't have the volume coming through that sites like Buff163 and even sites like Upin and stuff like that have at this point, which does make it very, very hard. If you want to buy a certain item, if you're looking for a certain item, especially stuff that's more rare or more unique or more collector or investment grade or whatever, it can be hard to find exactly what you're looking for, and it can be hard to find a buyer for exactly whatever you're selling. And if you want to make a big investment, we're talking hundreds or thousands of tens of thousands of dollars or whatever, this site might not even have the whole inventory or supply or whatever that you're looking for. And that's something that Buff163 always had. They had all the rare stuff. They had huge quantities. You could really get whatever you're looking for. Buff163 could get it done. But CS Float has definitely been making some good strides in the right direction. This was from August 26th, where they did say we integrated a new system that allows you to view skins in different lighting conditions within a server before you buy or trade. This works on any skin within FloatDB or the market. That was very cool. And also they added the fact that you could buy and sell patches. Now, it never made sense to me that they didn't allow you to buy and sell patches for so long, but whatever. We never really got a great explanation for why you couldn't do that, I don't think. But hey, them adding patches, that was a great step. Again, patches have really blown up over the past year. Patches, are really big on Buff163. Bandit Frog being one of the best investments in all of CS2. If you're a CS2 investor or collector and you want to get involved in some of these patches, but CS Float is, the main website that you use, that's the website where you have all your balance or whatever, you just kind of missed out on this whole thing because for whatever reason on CS Float, you could buy Stockholm patch packs, but you couldn't buy Stockholm patches. It made absolutely no sense. But this did lead to a lot of people being like, yeah, let's go. This was awesome. But then some other people still wanted not Buff, but CS Float to make some other changes, like people asking for crypto deposits, people asking for pins, people asking for souvenir package descriptions, blah, 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 whatever. There's still definitely plenty of room for CS Float to grow and improve and make some changes. And that leads us to where we are today. This is the big exciting news that I think is honestly a huge step in the right direction for CS Float and something that's very, very exciting and will definitely help the overall user base and liquidity of Float, which is ultimately what everyone in the scene wants. It's weird because it's a fine line. It can be good and bad. You don't really want one marketplace to just be totally dominant unless they're just so perfect. But you don't really want one place to be dominant because you want places to have competition, because obviously competition breeds growth, and people have to keep competing and improving and blah, blah, blah. And if somebody's just so dominant, then they don't always have incentives to do best by the customers. But also, it's so weird because you don't want things to be so spread out between 50 million sites, because then you have to have balance on every single site. Sites aren't going to have liquidity. Even if you find a good deal or a good item or whatever on a certain site, you might not have balance there. You might not be able to get it. You do kind of want one site to be the main go-to, and that's the issue we have in the West right now. Like I said, between Skins Monkey and CS Float and whatever, GamerPay and SkinBid and blah, blah, blah. There's literally like 50 marketplaces. It's not always easy or even feasible or convenient to have balance on all these different sites. And then if you don't have balance, you have to figure out how to deposit money or pay fees or blah, 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 whatever. So Float going a long way and hopefully starting to condense the market a little bit. We're excited to launch crypto payments on CS Float via Stripe. You can now pay for skins with USDC or USDP via the Ethereum, Polygon, or Solana networks with a very low 1% fee. You can now safely complete crypto payments through a number of wallets such as MetaMask or Phantom. And obviously the next question people are going to ask, okay, what about withdrawing through crypto? This has already been supported for a while for most countries. Again, it's going to depend on your area and your countries and all that stuff. But yeah, being able to use crypto now is a very, very big thing. They're saying it's apparently available for all countries. People are super excited about this. I know it's still not available in a couple states because Stripe doesn't allow this. New York, maybe like Michigan or something like that as well. I don't know. But for most people, crypto is going to be active and is going to be up and running, which is very, very, very exciting because obviously the CS community is a lot of internet and virtual economies, and obviously internet and virtual economies in a lot of ways use crypto. And I know so many people who are CS investors or CS collectors or CS traders or whatever who also are invested in crypto and have a large portion of their net worth either in CS items or in crypto, and it's not always, where they don't always have their money in cash or an easy way to get cash or whatever. But if they have crypto, it's just another option that's only going to make things easier and simpler and allow people to do more things quickly. Obviously, crypto moves very fast. You can move money around. You can have it in different places. If you need to move it between all these sites, whatever, crypto can be a great option. Where if you have cash, you sometimes have to wait, 2, 3, 4, 5 business days, whatever, things move around, pay fees. It's hard to do things international. Crypto does solve a lot of problems that the CS2 community does offer. And like I said, it's just the fact that so many people in the CS community do love crypto and they use crypto. So this will for sure hopefully help things out. And I think this is a very, very big update. CS Flow liquidity problem is solved. Guys, in my dreaming, you can see here's that deposit function where you can obviously deposit with your credit and debit card, your ACH debit, your Ideal, or different options depending on what country you're from, but then also crypto right there. And again, they're just offering so many different options. People are going to have really no excuses, no reasons why they're not going to be able to get money and balance onto CS Flow very conveniently, very quickly. And if and when CS2 does go through another booming period where players start coming back to the game and buying items and trading items, and when trading and buying and all this stuff gets its resurgence, whether it's from new items or some big new update or an operation or whatever, having all these convenient options on Float is going to be very, very beneficial for Float. But like I said, if a site does get a huge boom to its liquidity and everything, that's going to be great for the entire community. People saying, hey, that's good news. Really awesome. People are definitely excited about this. People have been asking for this. Great addition, but some of you guys should know if you're using crypto and trading because you don't have a company legal setup for your trading, this is basically the same thing as using cash. Crypto payments will be reported to tax authorities, same as the cash ones. So obviously be careful for that there. To be clear, in order for Flow to be legally compliant, they and their crypto payment partner are obligated to do this reporting. I'm not criticizing them at all. Just a PSA to warn some of you that if you're doing big volume without paying tax, this will be an issue. So obviously be careful for stuff like that. Don't be an idiot. Don't do anything silly or stupid or whatever. It just obviously I know people, some people like to use crypto to skirt around stuff or to do illegal stuff or whatever kind of questionable activities. But just understand, obviously this is still going to be probably regulated and tracked and all that stuff to some extent. So be careful. Don't think this is a just kind of get out of jail free card or an easy way to skirt around some stuff. Also, this happened. They obviously, it seems like they had some issues with crypto stuff right off the bat because this guy tweeted out could have kept the 7,000, but okay. A bug on Stripe side with the new crypto deposits on CS Float allowed me to keep my crypto and also get credited on CS Float, which after reporting at CS Float and Stripe patching it, I ended up with $100 credit from CS Float. So this guy literally could have stolen like $7,000 in crypto, which in the grand scheme of things is not a huge amount, but on an individual basis, that is actually a very, very big deal. And they ended up getting him $100, which I do think is pretty bad look, bad publicity, bad PR for, CS Float and Stripe and stuff. Definitely should have given this guy a bigger payout considering, he let you guys know about this and didn't just run off with $7,000 from you. Super weird. This guy says, clarification, I'm not hating on Float. I love what they're doing. I'm questioning Stripe here, which offers up to 25,000 on HackerOne for critical enough bounties. No point in reporting any Stripe bugs, I guess. Just keep the bag, which is definitely going to set a bad precedent both for Stripe and for their community and users and stuff going forward. Which again, here you can see low bounties is $100 to $1,000. Medium is $1,000, $5,000. High is $5,000, $12,500, and critical is $12,500 to $25,000. Again, you would think something that just allows people to print infinite money, nonetheless, or like more or less, might be towards the higher end and not get literally $100, which is the lowest of the low, which is absolutely insane. But yeah, it seems like CS Float and Stripe are maybe still ironing out some things in that regard. Current situation of Gamba suppliers on CS Float. Again, obviously, like I said, with crypto comes maybe the darker or shadier side of some of crypto. Again, I'm personally a fan of crypto. I think it's super useful. I think this will be a very good thing for CS Float and the entire CS marketplace. And I know I do a lot of trading and I'm very active in the community. And I know how many people enjoy crypto or get use of crypto in this field. But obviously, it does involve and come with a lot of these people in the gambling industries as well that use crypto for XYZ reasons or whatever. And obviously, this will maybe bring a rush and flood of Gamba suppliers into CS Float, which is going to have good and bad consequences. But like people say here, until they need to know your customer and realize they haven't paid taxes in 2015, so maybe some of those Gamba suppliers will get weeded out over time and maybe get cleared out of CS Float. I don't know. We'll kind of have to wait and see there. I know some of the other big issues going on with CS Float right now that are maybe keeping it from going to the next levels. People are definitely fed up and worried about the whole botting issue on CS Float. Anytime you list, especially higher end or highly sought after skins, you're going to get a million offers from most likely bots because these offers are coming in instantly and they're getting mass spam to people trying to get skins for cheaper than market rates and get stuff for really low. Which, hey, if there's only a couple people doing that, whatever, it might actually work. But when literally everybody is doing that and you're getting, I've listed stuff and gotten like 21 offers in like 5 minutes and it's obviously all automated. I think CS Float should at some point maybe look to tackle their bot issue because that's definitely going to be really annoying for people trying to sell skins, especially at a fair price going forward in the future. I think it's time to raise the issue of botting on the CS Float site as it seems far worse than any other marketplace. Bots are present on every marketplace, typically uses parsers to monitor items without masking purchases, but what's happening on Float is alarming. The site is becoming one of the top tier European American platforms for buying and selling skins, yet it's plagued with bots. Currently, bots on Float are monitoring the newest tab and sending offers 15 to 20% lower than the listed price. They also somehow track items that have a significant drop in price. For example, if someone actually changes the price from 2,000 to 1,000, the bot immediately purchases the item before the person can correct the mistake, even if the change was made to an existing listing and not in the newest tab. So yes, definitely. And I can say, obviously from using CS Float, I do acknowledge and understand there is a big botting problem. It is very annoying for me personally, and I can't even imagine, other people in the scene as well. So I do hope that CS Float does make this change. And I also hope that obviously CS Float eventually does implement more features that allow us to buy and sell in bulk and stuff like that, and hopefully they get eventually closer and closer to allowing a lot of the features and functionality and a lot of the quality of life stuff that Buff163 had or still has, but obviously we don't have it anymore in the West. And then I do hope that obviously eventually one day we can get closer and closer to having a truly competitive marketplace, or maybe a couple truly competitive marketplaces in the West. But right now no one is really near Buff163 at all, even still to this day. But hopefully CS Float and some of the other competitors will continue to follow suit and hopefully keep catching up, because as CS Float continues to make better and better updates and keep checking off the list of what the customers want and are asking for, that's going to make the other marketplaces need to keep up, or they're going to risk falling behind. So I don't know, but either way, I did think this was a huge story. I'm very excited that CS Float continues to make big updates. They are now accepting crypto, and I think this will be a good thing that helps the markets overall, and I'm excited. Obviously, as somebody that buys and sells and trades a lot. But that's pretty much it for this video today, guys. Hopefully catch you in the next one. Until then, peace.